All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 2025 burn prediction for Baby Doge. And what I mean by that is the coins that we will have burned by 2025. So we'll talk about those predictions now, and that's going to be up to 2025, and that'll be towards the end of 2025. So, anyways, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. But let's talk about this because if you look at Baby Doge, you can actually see we have a good amount burned. We have 49.74% burned. Now, after they do this burn proposal that they've been speaking about, and this is for 5 quadrillion burn, and they'll have that burned on October 1st. Once they actually do this burn, we will be 55, or no, we'll be at 50% of our burn. So we will have 50% of all Baby Doge coins burned by then, and that's pretty big. But what I will say is this does not affect the price. A lot of people are saying when burn. They're like, when's the burns? When burn? When burn? Can we burn 90%? Burn 99%, which is physically impossible because we hold 99% just between the holders. Like it's physically impossible to burn that much unless you want to burn your own money. So you can't really ask them to burn that much because they can't. They really can't. Like it's very very hard to burn like 90% of the supply when 90% of the supply is held by the people. It just doesn't make sense. But anyways, like I was saying, they are going to be burning 5 quadrillion, so that will bring us to 50% burned. Now we're talking about how much baby does will be burned by 2025 at this rate. This was with them every now and then burning and doing manual burns every now and then, as well as having our auto burns. So at this current pace, by the end of 2025, I predict we will have around 60% of all baby Dogecoins burned by the end of 2025. Now, the reason why I don't say 70%, 80%, 90% is because you got to think like it's not really possible to do that right now. Because if you look at the baby Doge that we do have, most of it is inside a Unicrypt token lock, right? It's inside of the Unicrypt token lock, but we're already taking some of that out of Unicrypt token lock and burning it today. So when we burn, it's always coming from the Unicrypt token locker, or it's coming from PancakeSwap liquidity. We're taking a little bit from PancakeSwap liquidity and then a lot more from the Unicrypt token lock. And that money is going to end up being burned. And that's pretty much what they're doing now. So they're going to be doing those two. And the reason why we can't have like 60% burn immediately is because like then that means they're gonna have to take a lot more from the token locker. Like they're gonna have to take a whole 10% from there, and that's not what we want to see. There's $60 million locked in there at 14%. Now, if you also think about it like this, there's $5.7 million locked here inside of PancakeSwap at 1.35%. Even if we wanted to burn all of our liquidity, we still wouldn't be close to 60%, right? So what has to happen is auto burns are going to be taking in place because, as you know, we still do have our auto burns. The auto burns are actually still going on. Now the auto burns, like not much of those are actually burned. If you look over here, we've only burned a total of 86 trillion through the burn portal. And then if we look at it from the perspective of auto burns, the auto burns are actually pretty low as well. As you can see here, this is a million, billion, trillion. So in the last 24 hours, 4 trillion baby doge has been burned. Now, this is a very slow pace because as you can see, our trading volume is at $942,000, which is pretty low for the amount of market cap we have here in Baby Doge. But if you multiply this by 365, saying, well, it's going to be actually 2 years, so we could go ahead and multiply that by 2 years because we're really looking for all of 2024 and all of 2025, right? Because we're looking towards the end of 2025. So that's 730 days there. So let's multiply this by 730 days. This is if we have an extremely low volume here, because this is very low volume. $942,000 every 24 hours is coming out to $3,900 burn, which is 4 trillion baby doge. Okay, so if we go ahead and we take that and we multiply by 730, we can see million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. We can see 2.9 quadrillion is what we have burned in 2 years at that pace. Now, obviously, that's a very slow pace, and we're not going to stay at that slow pace forever. Like, it's going to increase as the trends increase with baby doge. As the bull market increases, the volume is going to increase, which is going to increase the auto burns. Now, you know, contrary to popular belief, like I like to say that burns really don't matter. But a lot of people, all that's all they care about is burns. So we got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it because a lot of you probably care about the burns too. So I don't care about burns. What burns does is keeps the price from going below a certain point because those coins are always being held, but they don't necessarily increase the price because essentially the burn wall is just another holder, but it's a holder that will never sell. So you won't see the price drop because of the burns, but you also won't see the price increase. Now, since some of the money is coming from the liquidity, you're going to see a slight drop, but most of the money they're going to be doing for the burn is probably going to be coming from the Unicrypt token lock because that's where most of the money is. So they also mentioned that's where most of it is going to come from. So most of it's coming from the Unicrypt token lock. So the price won't drop that much when we do the burn on October 1st. It won't drop that much. But yeah, the burns aren't just going to make the prices increase dramatically. And also, let's say we stay at this low pace where we're only burning 4 trillion a day, which comes out to 2.9 quadrillion every 2 years. We can just round it up to 3 quadrillion. If we look over here, that only amounts for, let's say, give or take 70% or 0.7% of the total supply of baby doge. It's only 0.7%. So if we stayed at this slow pace of burning, then we would only burn 0.7% more. We would only have 0.7% more burned. So it would be much harder to get there. That's why I said the manual burns play a lot of the role inside of getting the actual the actual burns down. So the manual rolls are really playing the actual role in getting this percentage up to like 60%, whereas the auto burns really don't do much. But the auto burns can do a lot more if we have more inside of volume. Let's say our volume 10x. If our volume 10x is inside of both inside of the 24-hour trading volume and the burns, that would be a $10 million 24-hour trading volume. If our trading volume hypothetically was at $10 million, then we can go ahead and multiply our burn amount, which was 4 trillion right here for this, multiply that by 10. So this is for a $10 million trading value. Now you got 40.7 trillion being burned, and that's every day. Then when you multiply this by 730, accounting for 2 years, now you got 29 quadrillion baby doge burn, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. And it's very, very, very hard to keep up a $10 million trading volume for a crypto project that has a 10% tax. That's why baby doge's volume is so low. When the bull market is not in full effect, baby doge's market volume, its 24-hour trading volume is very low. When we don't have trends inside of baby doge, we're not trend setting, then the 24-hour trading volume is very low. And it's always going to be like that for the rest of baby doge's life. Our trading volume is always going to be relatively low whenever we're in low season. Whereas if you look at Dogecoin's trading volume is pretty high, even though we're in a low season. 111 million trading volume and 8.5 billion inside of market cap. Now, if you look at the ratio there between Baby Doge and Dogecoin, I'll just kind of show you this ratio. Like, this is just a rough draft, but we can just go ahead and take and divide this, which is our market cap here for Baby Doge, and we can actually divide that by our trading volume if we want to get our ratio at which we're having the volume coming in compared to the market cap. Now, that's at a 168 ratio. That $158 million or the $942,000 goes into the $158 million 168 times. Remember that number, 168. But now, if you take the Dogecoin market cap here, which is 8.5 billion, and you then divide that by the Dogecoin 24-hour trading volume, you get your ratio for that, which is a 76 ratio. So for Baby Doge, it was 168. For Dogecoin, it's 76, meaning that Dogecoin has pretty much more volume flowing in per capita of the market cap, which means Dogecoin is having a higher volume in general. Not just higher volume when you look at the 24-hour trading volume, but it has a higher volume rate compared to the market cap. So that means that Baby Doge, like if Dogecoin had that burn function per order, they would be burning much more because their volume is higher per capita of market cap, which is kind of sucks for Baby Doge because if you look at Baby Doge, like not like that's not that good. It's not that good to have a very low trading volume like that. And the problem lies with the 10% tax. So if we even got rid of it, then it would still be hard to get those burns because then we'd have to rely on manual burns. But what I suggest is that we just lower the tax just a little bit. But then it's still going to present a problem where the burns aren't coming in as fast as people want. Now, like I said, we don't need burns, but people want burns. So, because people want burns, we have to suffer and have a lower trading volume. So, we got to keep the burns, and then we'll continue to have this low trading volume. That's pretty much what it is. The only time our trading volume is going to be high is during the bull market and when Baby Doge has huge news, like we're getting listed to something or something like that. And then we have just an increase inside of price here. But typically, people aren't going to make those trades on Baby Doge because they don't want to pay the taxes. But on a bright side, you can make trades on Baby Doge on centralized exchanges without paying any taxes. So there is that. So we can still see some increases in the prices here for Baby Doge, inside the trading volume, but it's not going to be at the rate of Dogecoin. Like Dogecoin's rate is like 78, or no, it was at 76, and then Baby Doge's rate is at 168. So that's crazy. Let's do that math actually. 168 divided by 76. So Dogecoin is pretty much it's 221% higher inside of market cap ratio per capita of the market cap. So trading volume ratio per capita of market cap. So this is very, very telling. So 2.21 times more, pretty much Dogecoin is 2.21 times more to generate more 24-hour trading volume per capita of market cap. So that's very telling. That's very telling right there. But we still have the possibility to do these burns. Like I said, at this current rate, we'll have at least 60% burned, which is still very good. Like it's very, very good to have 60% burned by 2025, the end of 2025. So I'll probably do a whole nother videos talking about how fast we would get there if we lowered the tax, and how fast we would get there if we had the same ratio of 24-hour trading volume as like Dogecoin. So I'll probably do a whole video on those. But yeah, we're supposed to be getting this burn on October 1st. So prepare for that October 1st burn. And yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section. And as always, I'll be back with another video.